Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching Today I Found Out, and in the video today we're looking at what is the first known joke. And just before we get started with the video today, I do want to say that it is brought to you by Cheddar. If you like this channel, you are going to love the Cheddar channel. Check it out through the link in the description below, and let's get started. Born from cultures we can only read about and making fun of customs we don't always understand, many of the world's oldest jokes to a modern audience simply aren't very funny. That said, humans being humans, with the oldest joke that has survived through today, it would appear little has changed in the interim. Because this joke, well, it's a fart joke. To wit, recorded on a Sumerian tablet somewhere between 1900 and 2300 BC, the first known joke is as follows. Something which has never occurred since time immemorial, a young woman did not fart on her husband's lap. The second oldest documented joke moves away from potty humor in favor of sex. It was recorded around 1600 BC on the Westcar Papyrus. It reads, "How do you entertain a bored pharaoh? You sail a boatload of young women dressed only in fishing nets down the Nile and urge the pharaoh to go catch a fish." The third oldest known joke was recorded on a Babylonian tablet dating to about 1500 BC, and given some of the context is missing, is interesting today mostly for its construction, being the first known your mum joke. It reads, "Of your mother is by the one who has intercourse with her. What, who is it?" From this point, occasional surviving jokes pop up here and there, and even references to no longer surviving joke books. The first known of these is a collection of jokes from a social club in Athens that was reportedly compiled at the request of Philip the Great of Macedon from 382 to 336 BC, but unfortunately has been lost to history. Several hundred years later, and a few more known references to lost joke books in the interim, we have a Greek joke book whose contents have survived to this day. That book dates to around the 4th or 5th century AD and includes 265 jokes. A selection of these show a wide range of humor, and in some cases, how little basic joke themes have changed over the centuries. As an example, an intellectual was told by someone, "Your beard is now coming in," so he went to the rear entrance and waited for it. Another intellectual asked what he was doing. Once he heard the whole story, he said, "I'm not surprised people say we lack common sense. How do you know that it's not coming in? By the other gate." And as another example, someone needled a jokester, "I had your wife without paying a dime." He replied, "It's my duty as a husband to couple with such a monstrosity. What made you do it?" And another example, a man with bad breath asked his wife, "Madam, why do you hate me?" And she replied, "Because you love me." And as another example, a young man invited into his home frisky old women. He said to his servants, "Mix a drink for one and have sex with the other if she wants to." The women spoke up as one, "I'm not thirsty." And another, a misogynist was sick at death's door when his wife said to him, "If anything bad happens to you, I'll hang myself." He looked up at her and said, "Do me the favor while I'm still alive." Another one, an intellectual during the night ravished his grandmother, and for this got a beating from his father. The intellectual complained, "You've been mourning my mother for a long time without suffering any consequences from me, and now you're mad that you found me screwing your mother for the first time ever." And another, consulting a hothead doctor, a fellow says, "Professor, I'm unable to lie down or stand up. I can't even sit down." The doctor responds, "I guess the only thing left is to hang yourself." And another, a student dunce went swimming and almost drowned, so now he swears he'll never get into water until he's really learned to swim. And another, a misogynist stood in the marketplace and announced, "I'm putting my wife up for sale tax-free." When people asked him why, he said, "So the authorities will impound her." Finally, there are a few riddles from the 10th century AD that Anglo-Saxons recorded in their Exeter Codex that are generally regarded as the first known English jokes, albeit in Old English, due to their double entendre nature. For example, what hangs at a man's thigh and wants to poke the hole that it's often poked before? Answer, a key. And then there's the similar themed, "I am a wondrous creature for women in expectation, a service for neighbors. I harm none of the citizens except my slayer alone. My stem is erect, I stand up in bed, hairy somewhere down below. A very comely peasant's daughter dares sometimes, proud maiden, that she grips at me, attacks me in my redness, plunders my head, confines me in a stronghold, feels my encounter directly. Woman with braided hair, wet be that I." What's the answer to this? Well, that would be an onion. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you are looking for something else to watch right now, you should absolutely check out the channel Cheddar. You may be familiar with Cheddar from their live news network. They also do videos of cool products on Facebook, and they're often mistaken for being in the dairy business. See what I did there? A video about jokes, and a joke was in there. Very funny. Cheddar is making new videos every week, and we think you would enjoy their channel. I'd particularly like to recommend their video on football, or as we Brits call it, American football, CTE, and the potential safety benefits of actually going helmet-less. That's right, they think the NFL would be a safer league if the players did not wear any helmets. And if you like their stuff, please do consider subscribing and supporting their channel. So thanks to Cheddar for the support, and thanks to you for watching.